actually depth here? Am I taking on too much? Am I going into the unknown without sort of the right preparation? I think with this journey I've always known, and I've always believed I'd end up, not necessarily professional, but I'd always end up under the big lights. And I've got this opportunity now, and I've been given this opportunity, applied for my licence, got my licence, and I'm making my debut in 3 weeks' time, across in Bosnia of all places.
Was kingdom. And after the Second World War, it's turned to the Republic. Because king, he escaped. After begins the Second World War, and this guy, Josip Broz Tito, he was very famous.
Okay.
He took the main role, and he was a president till his death.
What is the national food here? What is?
Inside Old Town, you have a lot of small restaurants.
Yeah.
The main dish is cevapi.
The unlicensed route, it's a little bit better than white collars. White collar, you tend to find it's like students and stuff like that, and people having first fights, and just people who work in an office getting in and having white collar. But when it comes to unlicensed, there's some good ex-pros working there. There's some people that can't get a professional license fighting in the unlicensed scene. No path's ever straightforward. There's no straight line from A to Z. You've got to go through the alphabet to get there.
Yeah.
And that path that I'm on now could be 1 fight, it could be 10 fights, it could be 14, it could be 21, it could be 50. Who knows? We're boxing at the minute. It's such a new thing, and people have said to us, do you not wish I took it up younger? When you were younger, seeing what you could have achieved? No, because I wouldn't have had that escape in my life.
Do you feel alright?
People, put your hand in, see what you think, because I think it's fucking red hot.
Yeah, it's hot enough. You're sweating enough. So another few minutes, and then we get you out, wrap you up, and then get the kilos off. I didn't hear back from Ben yet, but I didn't tell him we're doing this cut around, I just don't know what the weights are.
Yeah.
Which is it? 93.1.
3.1 4 kilos. 3 kilos.
Yes, look at that. Come on. Okay. Place here?
No. Here.
Oh, there.
Du hast ein Beweis on there.
Almost actually come.
I will sign this. Now you can sit here.
Yes.
Take off your shirt.
My shirt or my jacket?
Everything. How are you?
How are we doing? All right, nice to meet you, my friend.
Znači, kožno tebe bude začelice, sve je tekno
And it was nice to just chill, just totally chill. It was nice. It was nice to be able to just, not to be awful, but send you away for a couple of hours so that you can get your little bit of time, your little bit of peace, and you visit somewhere that you know you wanted to visit. It was lovely to be able to sort of repay you in a little way. Back for you, you know, and give that back to you as well, and then let you have a couple of hours.
hoćeš ga navući. Ili, gore.
Felt quite at ease and quite at peace in it, and I felt all right with it. I felt as though everything was going in the right direction, and obviously you were about everything sorted, and that took a lot of weight off, a lot of pressure off. Then when we were warming up, I felt sharp. For the first time, I felt like professional, like this is real, it's happening now. But then that didn't turn into nerves at all. I knew what was coming with the song, and I knew that would get a little bit emotional, but I'd already mentally prepared for that, and I knew that once that song come on, you know, from The Lion King 2, He Lives in Me, it does, I feel like Ellis lives in us, you know, and when I went out, I kissed both my gloves, I had my hand on my shoulder, where Ellis's handprint is, and I said, come on son, we've got this, you know, and then I walked up there and just looked at the ring. I didn't look at all the crowd, and it was a pretty big crowd in there, and I didn't look at the crowd. I got in the ring, I done what I normally do and just moved around a little bit, come across to you, he took my top off, had a chat with us, I was focused on you. I went, turned around, looked straight at my opponent, walked straight forward, looked at him, and then I haven't got a clue what the referee was saying, but then he put his arms out, you know, I just put his arms out and like always do, I was giving him a bit of a hug. Them 3 minutes seemed to go faster than the 2 minutes, which is strange, because 2 minutes I had through, you know, I think you counted one of the fights, I threw something like 88 punches in 2 minutes at somebody, and he threw 12. There, I was able to just, I used what I've seen other people do in the professional ranks. I thought about what they're doing about cutting the ring off. And the ring was going from a 16-foot ring to a 20-foot ring. I felt as though I'd acres of space. But I just kept him in the corners that he was, and I wasn't going round in circles. If I wanted to push him to the left, I was taking a step to the right. If I wanted to push him to the right, I was taking a step to the left. And that made a massive difference, and I felt as though I controlled the ring better than I've controlled the ring before. And that's surely down to listening to instructions and listening to what you've taught us, what you said before, Mark, what lads at Jobs, what everybody's taught us, and bringing all that together in there. I'm not saying it was a finished article, far from it, but to say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, I felt as though I learned a lot from last night compared to the other 20 fights I've had before. I learned more from that than what I had ever.
It's done.
I don't know what it is with Bosnia or them type of countries, but I didn't think for 1 second that that type of country, the likes of Bosnia, would be so welcoming and friendly. I think that gives us a real culture shock about the place that there is on this earth, and we live on this earth, and you know, the planet Earth's such a big place, but just a small place, but there's so many beautiful places that you never ever realise. I just want to ask you, Colin, I mean, you've been there with the world's greatest fighter of all time, and these few days sort of probably brought you down to earth a little bit about my level, but how do you feel as though I've coped, and where do you think my level is at, and how have you found the last few days with us?
See, I look a little bit different. I'm not interested in the wins or the loses or I'm just not. At one stage I was. I'm not anymore. I'm interested in what it does for you.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't care if you win or lose.
Yeah.
You know, when you win, you think you already knew you were great. When you lose, you get more reflection, and it makes you question yourself a little bit more. But that's just competition. But it's what you get in it. And it's not just the fight; it's all the other stuff that you have to do along. I mean, how many countries you've been to just to get there, and double flights and here and there and everywhere, meeting all these people you haven't met before, and putting your trust in them that they'll do a good job.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, it's not really about that. So it's just about the experience.
Yeah.
I had a great experience.
Yeah.
Really had a great time. Like there's very few places that I go where it just goes up nice and smooth the whole way, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for belts or wins or records or doesn't mean it. You know.
Yeah.
But what means is what builds character.
Yeah.
This builds character.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's what I'm interested in. Not really. And most people that do this sort of stuff are interested in the wins and the belts and the glory. But I've been there.
Of course.
Fades, you know.
Yeah.
And there's somebody else that will take a step. But what doesn't fade is the experience and the character and the wisdom that you get from it.
Today's generation, I don't think we're breeding winners anymore. We're breeding taking parters, because it's not all about winning, but it's about wanting to win. Because you're not going to win everything you ever do. And like I've always said to the kids, I said it to Ellis, I said it to all the kids, you know, as long as you give your best, I don't care if you come last. I don't care if you fail at school. Just give your best. And if all you can give is your best, then that's all you can give.
You know, the fact that like people, after seeing you and hearing your story, will take that time to see what they have in life with their kids, and that they don't really spend much time with, or they're on their phone, or they don't spend as much time as they are giving their kids phones, and maybe just have that little bit more moments to enjoy what they actually have and say. And I think that's really like the value in it, you know.
Without a doubt, it's, you know, if anything I can give to anybody, it's spend that little bit of time that you wouldn't normally spend doing something that is really, on the grand scheme of things, pointless exercise. Spend it just 5 minutes cuddling in, spend a bit of reading a book, doing something like that. Because them 5 minutes, I can never get them 5 minutes back again. And I would do it all different again. You know, I used to take Ellis to football. He used to be standing on the side of a football pitch watching us play football in the freezing cold. Where would you rather be? Would you rather be there? I'd rather be at Giant's Den, jumping through the play den and running about and having a great time, and, you know, or down the woods, or doing anything. But now he was stood on the side of a football pitch watching us. It was pissing down rain, you know, as a kid. And you can't change, and unfortunately, you know, I think everybody goes through life with things that they would like to change, but you can't change it. It's like that serenity prayer that I go by for the alcohol surroundings. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I can't change what I've done. I can change what's in the future, and I can choose to be a different person. And I try to be a better person every day than what I was yesterday. So I'm trying to do better today than what I was yesterday. I'll never reach that goal, because that's always a goal that's the next day I'm going to try to be better. I'm going to do the next right thing. I'm going to treat somebody better. Be nice to somebody, you know, just them little goals that I have each day for myself, for personal growth as well, is important, and it's valuable. There's a lot of value in that. You know, there's a lot of value in that. There is.
Great. Brilliant. Brilliant.